Emily and I are here with a preview of Valley Glassworks. This is the latest design from Adam Hill, Ben Pinchback, and Matt Riddle. This one's coming from All Play, and I'm going to just tell you my brief description of this. It's kind of like Azul, with a dash of Everdell artwork.
Yes.
You know, because Andrew Bosley is doing the artwork. So you're going to see it right here. We are these adorable animals who own glass companies.
I have the Beaver Boutique.
The Beaver Boutique. I'm Cornelius D. Shellworth's Glasscraft.
I always knew you had it in you.
We have a higher grade quality product than the Beaver Boutique. But we're going to be drafting glass from this river, bringing it to our board, and scoring at the end of the game. We don't generally say we're going to do a how to play when we do these previews, but not today. Today I'm going to tell you how to play it. You do one of two things on your turn.
Yes. The first thing you can do is you can actually go through the river and try to get some glass pieces, right? So I can take one of my glass pieces and I'm going to match it up with the type of shape it is. So there are 6 different shapes. Mine is the little triangle. I put it here, and then I can take either the tile to the right or to the left, and I will get all of these. So I might choose this one, and I get to put them down on my own tableau where they go. So at first, as we're building this out, you get to decide, right? If I chose 3 colors, which do I want to put down first? Because in the end, with scoring, I'm going to actually score more for the things that are further out.
Yeah, it's really interesting. All the glass has a level of rarity in it, so you're going to want to take that into consideration. But like Emily said, at the beginning, this is completely empty. So the very first glass you take has to go in this leftmost column.
Yep.
And if you take 2 different colors, you're going to take the bottom of the leftmost, and then the bottom of the next one over. And you're gonna fill in accordingly because each of those columns is going to hold just one color, as you can see here. This is kind of sort of a game in progress. We played, and then we backed it up a little so we could show you. We're gonna do this until someone at the table has 17 pieces of glass on their board, and it must be noted, your satchel can hold up to 5 pieces. So the satchel glass is not what you're scoring. You're using that to go out there and get glass. The glass that you get all has to go here. Now, in sort of Azul-like fashion, if you take a piece of glass and you don't have room for it any longer, say if I had this column of white filled up and I took another white, it has to go in your overflow. As you can guess, the overflow is not good. It's going to be -3 points for each piece of glass you have there at the end of the game.
Similarly, there's only 7 spots for different colors. But there are actually 8 colors usually, or if you're playing in a 5-player game, there's even a 9th color. So it's easy to get into that overflow area if you're not picking your pieces carefully. And once you do, also when I took this, I just so happened to take the last one. But if I had taken something in the middle of the river, this new piece of river would go towards the end. And then we would put new pieces on it equal to the number of pieces that are on the piece next to it. So this would get 3.
All right, so that's one of the things you can do on your turn. The other thing you can do on your turn is if you're out of glass in your satchel, or even if you aren't, you can always go to the lake here and take 4 of the glass, any 4 glass from here, and put them in your satchel. So I could take these 4 glass and put them here. This wouldn't be great right now because I have a max of 5 in your satchel. So when you do that, I would put 1 more and put 3 in overflow. Not a good turn, but generally speaking, people are going to play down to either 1 or no pieces of glass in their satchel and then go back to the lake. It all depends on whether you're looking at the lake and going, oh, there's some pieces there that I want to get out in the river so that I can potentially get them. You just have to remember, when you take them from the lake and put them in your satchel, those are not necessarily glass pieces that you're going to score.
They're probably not going to be scored.
They quite possibly couldn't be.
There's a little bit of pre-planning that goes into this, right? Because when you're looking out on the board, you're like, oh, wow, this one has 4 pieces. I really want to get to them. I don't need, though, the triangle. What I actually need is either the heart or this diamond-like figure so that I can put something there and then take the one next to it to get all of these. So whatever I'm taking, I'm probably not getting back.
Yeah, and in fact, what you're looking at more, at least what I was looking at more, were those shapes. When you look at the lake here, you're like, okay, I'm going to get a wide variety of shapes so that I can pretty much go anywhere I want, regardless of the color. But you could look around the table and go, okay, well, Emily's got her whole board filled up, and she can't even take the orange color. So I'll put some orange out there. She's not likely to take it because if she does, it's going into her overflow, and then I can stack my orange up. And why do you want to stack it up? Well, it's part of scoring. after the end of the game, like I said, once someone has 17 pieces of glass, it's going to trigger things. And in final scoring, you're going to score just a couple things. First, you're going to look across each row here and see how far it got. And the points across the bottom here will show you how many points you'll get. So this bottom row here goes all the way to here. It's 16 points for that row. And then you go up to the next one. That one was 11 points. Now, you have to keep in mind, if there were any gaps.
So like mine here, my bottom row is going to go all the way to the 22 points. Nice job. But my second row, I have a gap here for the light green, so I'm actually only going to get 2 points for it. So that's a little bit of a miss there. Maybe on my last turn, I'm like, okay, I really have to get a light green so it can go from 2 points to 22 points.
And she has no more rows. It's just those 2 at the end of the game, unless she'd filled up this spot here, because you can't skip any gaps effectively for the row scoring. Then you look at your top 2 tallest columns. So I don't have a very good example in here anymore because I got rid of my white, but you're going to look at your tallest columns. And in this case, I have one that's clearly one of the tallest, and you're going to look at the points underneath the topmost gem.
So that's 8 points.
That's 8 points. Then you're going to look at the next one. Now I have a tie across the board. I'd love to do this one because it's 15 points, but unfortunately you have to do the leftmost if there's a tie, so that would just be 3. So again, when you're taking that glass and you're stacking things, you might go, oh, there's that orange I need. You get your orange up one, but you accidentally take gems that get one of your other ones up even further, and now you're not scoring that orange column. So there's definitely some things to consider when you're taking the glass.
Yeah, there's also, it shows you the glass rarity, so you can kind of be thinking about when you're putting them on your board, like, okay, the orange and the yellow are most rare, so maybe if I can get those sooner, then they won't come up as much, but then I'm really sacrificing my row scoring in order to get the columns. Either way, this game is going to go by fast because
it's super fast.
There are like 35 spots on this board, but again, you said we're going to stop as soon as somebody gets to 17, and then we're going to take one more turn after that. So you're going to feel like, okay, cool, I'm going for this, going for this. What? We're done?
Yes. It will be done before you know it, and that's a great thing. This game plays really fast. I think it'll be the kind of game that people will want to reset and try again because there will inevitably be people who go, oh, I wanted to do so much more. Now I have a sense for the pacing of it. Let's go again. Because like Emily said, it's 17, and a lot of people are going to look at this whole board and go, oh, all this glass, all this space, I'm going to fill up my board. No one's going to be filling up their board. It's just part of the rules. You're going to be filling up at most half or a little over half of your board by the end of the game. But that is River Valley Glassworks. If you have any questions at all, please make them in the comments below. We'll get down there and answer whatever we can. I think we covered just about everything.
Plays 2 to 5 players.
2 to 5 players.
In that nice 5-player range.
Check out their campaign as well for any more details. I do know they have a few things that they might be adding, but we don't have them in this prototype. But like I said, get down in the comments. Let us know what you think. Until next time, make sure everyone has fun at the table, and we'll see you then.